Hello, my name is Lucas J. DiConti, and this video presentation is for National University. This presentation is titled MAE 670, and it's for the course titled Applied Practitioner Research and Customized Study. My instructor is Dr. Schaefer. Today's date is October 23rd, 2025. Let's get this started. All right, this is my plan of study or artifact table. And it begins with, at the top here, my plan of study, which is each course, the title of each course, and then in parentheses, there are artifacts, which are things I've learned or things that I've taken from a course that really stuck with me. And the purpose of this table is to show the progression in my learning and in my growth as a student, as a mastery student of education. And over on the left here in this column, there are PLOs, which are planned learning objectives, and there's 4 of them. And these are very specific in their definition, and we'll go over those as we go throughout this presentation. I do want to point out that some of these are listed as introductory, developed, or mastery. There's an I, D, or M that are aligned with each PLO, and they are they're under each course. Now, some of these letters are together, and it's just to show that I could have been introduced to that artifact or reintroduced to that artifact if I already learned it in prior years. And by the end of the course, it shows that I've developed or learned or added a little bit more to my knowledge of that artifact. And here is the same here. Behind my video box here, there's an M that should be listed under Plan of Study 10, and it's aligned with PLO 4. You can't see it, but it's behind my face. But that will be listed in one of the final slides there that we will go over. So let's go ahead and move forward. So plan of study number 1, Master of Arts in Education, course number 610, Plan of Study and Practitioner Research. So that would be the table that we just saw in this previous slide. And like I said before, it shows the progression and the growth and development of myself as a student during my education. So the plan of study, or AAA table, as it could also be called, the artifact annotated analysis table, I chose this as my artifact. So let's get to it. The plan of study, or artifact annotated analysis table from MAE 610 is listed as introductory and aligns with planned learning outcome, or PLO 4. Develop reflective practices that are grounded in current learning science research, professional ethics, and include pathways to continuous growth. This newly introduced POS AAA table fosters continual professional and academic growth. It accomplishes this by mapping out a realistic plan to develop and master skills. And I believe I've explained that already, what the purpose of that table on the previous slide was. It's to literally show growth over time through different courses, but they do align. This artifact does align with PLO 4, and I want to emphasize that it's about continuous growth. All right, moving forward. Plan of study number 2, ITL 600, Becoming a Teacher. This artifact I chose was the AHA essay, also called exit ticket. The AHA essay exit ticket from ITL 600 is listed as introductory and aligns with PLO 1. Integrate advanced approaches to instruction, assessment, and learning using digital tools and skills. The AHA essay exit ticket is an effective tool assigned to students in order to aid instruction, and it also helps the kiddos to remember key points that they and concepts that are taught throughout the day that they might otherwise forget without completing an exit ticket. Because so as we know, kids they just want to by the end of the day they just want to go home, relax, maybe play video games or play outside. Um, and so they're thinking about what they would rather be doing rather than what they just learned. So what you're teaching them might go in one ear and out the other. And we don't want that. So an exit ticket is it's something that you as an educator you can hold on to it, or you can let the kiddo your student take it back home to the teacher, and they can sign it. That way they know what their child's been learning, and that way, or the student can just keep it and hold on to it, and that way they know they can remember that way what they've been learning. Next slide here. All right, plan of study number 3, ITL 604, Learners and Learning 1. This artifact is collaborative meeting notes. Collaborative meeting notes from ITL 604 are listed as developed and align with PLO 4. Develop reflective practices that are grounded in current learning science research, professional ethics, and include pathways to continuous growth. Although collaborative meeting notes are not new to my repertoire as an educator, they do broaden the horizon of my career by listing professionals I now consult with in order to develop better instruction with my students. So I do want to emphasize that collaborative meeting notes, that every educator has something to offer, and sometimes it helps to have a new set of eyes look over your notes, and they could add something that might better your instruction within the classroom. All right. Plan of study 4, ITL 606, Learners and Learning 2. Differentiated instruction I chose for my artifact for this course here. Now, differentiated instruction from ITL 606 is listed as developed and aligns with PLO 1. Integrate advanced approaches to instruction, assessment, and learning using digital tools and skills. At this point in the practice of education, differentiated instruction has been applied rather frequently. This includes the use of technology that could include speech to text or headphones for accommodations, modifications, depending on the needs of the individual student and the class as a whole. So some students might need a wobble chair if they're restless. So that's something that could help your differentiated instruction. Can help them focus better potentially. Some students need a fidget spinner apparently. Whatever will help bring comfort in their learning environment. That's what we want as educators. But as long as it doesn't distract them from the learning process. All right. Plan of study number 5, ITL 608, Design and Process of Teaching. Student Learning Profiles, or IEPs, also known as Individualized Education Plans, from ITL 608 is listed as introductory and developed in the aforementioned table and aligns with PLO 2. Design learning experiences that include learner characteristics, principles of customized learning, and assessment as learning. As suggested by the name, student learning profiles, or IEPs, are a set of instructions designed according to learners' characteristics, featuring specific accommodations. This artifact was introduced to me during ITL 608 And by the end of this course, I had enough experience in the field to build my confidence by adhering to IEPs in the classroom and knowledge or knowing how to consult in order to write an IEP on my own. Next, Plan of Study 6, ITI 670, Introduction to SEL. This artifact is Castle Core Competencies, which are also known as self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision making. Castle Core Competencies from ITI 670 is listed as mastery and aligns with PLO 2. Design learning experiences that include learner characteristics, principles of customized learning, and assessment as learning. Under the mastery characteristic, Castle core competencies are reflected on, created, and redesigned through assignments such as the cultural iceberg, which draw from the student's fundamental knowledge and implicit background to adapt the education experience to the students themselves. Plan of Study number 7, ITI 672, SEL in Action. And this artifact is PowerPoint itself. PowerPoint from ITI 672 is listed as mastery and aligns with PLO 1. Integrate advanced approaches to instruction, assessment, and learning in using digital tools and skills. So under the mastery characteristic, the PowerPoint software has been reflected on and used to add on to assignments, even such as this very one, this video presentation. So at this point, I've used PowerPoint um, for for nearly everything. And with this presentation, I even learned how to use this recording application as well. So at this point, I've used it and I've added on to assignments with it, and at this point, it is mastered. Plan of Study number 8, ITI 674, Research in SEL, APA format I chose for my artifact. APA format is listed as introductory and developed and is aligned with PLO 3. Apply practitioner research methods to study and inform instruction in traditional and digital learning environments. This artifact has been reintroduced to me in this course because I've used it in the past, but also developed rather quickly via extensive use in various assignments, all within a digital or online environment. Plan of Study number 9, ITI 690, Inspired Teaching Inquiry, Annotated Bibliography I chose for my artifact. The annotated bibliography from ITI 690 is listed as Mastery and aligns with PLO 4. Develop reflective practices that are grounded in current learning science research, professional ethics, and include pathways to continuous growth. Under the mastery characteristic, annotated bibliography has been reflected on, used, and created frequently with an ethical approach, academically and professionally, in order to grow in the practice of education. And finally, Plan of Study number 10, Mastery of Arts in Education 670, Applied Practitioner Research and Customized Study. Practitioner Research question I chose as my artifact. The Practitioner Research question from MAE 670 is listed as Mastery and is aligned with PLO 3. Applied Practitioner Research methods to study and inform instruction in traditional and digital learning environments. The mastery of Practitioner Research question is evident through continuous use and reflection via instruction in digital and online learning environments. And finally, we've reached the end of this presentation. Thank you so much for those of you who have watched thus far. Down in the description in this YouTube video, I will have a link. And thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you.